Reflecting on this class, I've realized that I'm a completely different person now than I was when I started this class. I have different philosophies, I have different strategies as a teacher, and I want to share some of these things with you. So when we started this class, Alec asked us to keep an archive of how we contributed to others' learning. And so I would blog and I would comment on other people's blogs in hope that I could get the grade that I was really wanting in this class. And soon it became much more than that. My blogs and my comments used to be empty-hearted and they didn't really mean anything, and they actually weren't even contributing to anyone's learning. But soon I learned how to be an effective communicator and an effective commenter, as you would say. So it has really become less about how I've contributed to others' learning and more about how they contributed to mine. Many of you have been instrumental in changing who I am as an educator, and I want to thank you for that. My online community makes up for the skills that I don't possess, the things that I don't naturally have, because I have been able to connect with many different educators and many different pre-service teachers. So I'm going to take you through some of the changes I've experienced on this journey. Here's a wonderful example of how I was ignorant. I posted a blog about homework and how I believe that students should have consequences for handing in homework late. And I tweeted this out and I got many responses from different educators all over the world. And within about a day and a half, my philosophy on marks completely changed. I realized that I truly wanted my children's marks to reflect what they have done and what they know, not how punctual they were. When I first started this project, I was very selfish. It was all about what I was going to get out of ECMP and about how I was going to grow. And as I started to comment on other people's blogs, I realized that I could actually have something important to say and that I could inspire other people. So, for example, this guy, Jesse, was commenting on religious studies in schools, and I put a nice long comment because I had lots to say. For people who are learning instruments, for example, Scott was wanting to learn the guitar, and I had helpful hints because I'm a musician. Or Matt was learning ukulele, and I'm connected to an amazing ukulele player. So I sent him to her YouTube and her blog and all sorts of things. And I think these people found that very helpful. In turn, they were helpful in my own learning, and they contributed to my learning in other ways. This girl was learning to play the piano, and I was having a hard time commenting on her blog, so I made a little video. I play worship music sometimes, I play it at camp and stuff, so I'm going to try and do a little tutorial on how to do chords. And as you can see, she seemed very appreciative, and I had fun doing that, so that's how I became helpful instead of selfish. When I started EComp, I was definitely a self-reliant teacher. I was self-reliant on my own ideas and my own lesson plans. Now that I have some tools to collaborate with other teachers, I think I'm much more well-rounded as an individual. My favorite collaborative tool has definitely been Twitter. I've been able to connect with many different science teachers, especially example would be Brian Bennett, and he has really been able to let me into his classroom and see what he does on a daily basis with flipping his classroom and all the experiments he tries, and he's very willing to talk to me and collaborate with me and give me ideas. So Twitter is definitely the best way to communicate with other educators. I also love Google Documents. My friend Ben has made a Google document, and over 60 educators have commented on it and have shared their ideas of how they use technology in the classroom. And this document is incredibly valuable and has so many ideas that I would not be able to come up with by myself. And I also want to be a teacher that shares, not just takes, so I've put my lesson plans on my blog, some of my good ones. And for example, my summarizing lesson was a really cool one, and I've had lots of teachers ask if they could use it, and of course I said sure. This is such a great profession because so many teachers are willing to share their ideas and collaborate, and it's such a great profession to be a part of. No one's selfish. I want to thank everyone who took this class seriously. Thank you for putting your personality on the web and sharing the things that you've learned, the things that scare you, and the things that you are passionate about. Maybe the things that have encouraged you. In turn, you encouraged me. I was looking to be inspired and I found it through you. Now, let's go out there and do our part in changing the world.